Hey, players! There's a new game we should try. Nah. No. Ew. The mechanics are super slick and easy to learn, but I know this system inside out. I just made an AC 30 fighter wizard combo that's indestructible. I already know we're playing the most popular system, but I want to be just like my favourite actual play folks. All the cool people are playing this new game. So what? I've already chosen my tribe. And move away from this game. Never. I don't care. I like this one. Hey, aren't we cool? Please? Persuade us. GMs, we've now got a challenge on our hands. How do we convince our players to leave behind that familiar game that they know and love? How can we get them to embrace something new when they've been playing the same one for years and potentially gotten comfortable? What are the best ways to share our excitement about a different system without coming across as, a bit intense? If you're like me, you don't want to be stuck playing one game forever, but you also don't want to abandon your friends. This is a problem I've had over the years with my groups, and a problem which there are some solutions for. I'll share what's worked for me, what definitely hasn't, and how you can bring players along for the ride into some brave new worlds. My name's Rich, and this is Renegade Rolls. First up, you need to know the system that you want your players to adopt. Just saying, I heard it's really cool, shall we try it? That might actually work, but I'll be surprised if that does with most groups. To have the best chance of this working, you'll want to know a bit more about your game of choice, know which elements particularly interest you, whether that's specific mechanics, setting, or just the general vibes. I've got a video, here somewhere, on exactly this, where I look over the steps I took to try and get the rules to Daggerheart to stick in my brain when it was already full of D&D stuff. I found that while reading a new system book, I'll want to play it straight away, but getting a group to switch systems can take months or even years if you're currently in the middle of a campaign. You might just be in for the long haul. Patience is your friend here, and you can use this time to become an expert in the system that you're wanting to play. But it's all very well knowing the game, you need to know your players. You might have discovered an absolute gem of a system that blends deep social play with narrative and improv and collaborative storytelling, but if your group would rather just hang out, roll some dice and crawl some dungeons, then you need to remember this one very genuinely important thing. That's totally fine. They're not playing the game wrong, but also neither are you for wanting something different from your sessions. If this scenario sounds like you, chances are you have a mismatch in expectations on the sorts of games that you want to be playing. This is where talking with your players is essential. You might find that others would be keen to try different systems as well, but have potentially got stuck in a rut. You'll never know unless you ask them. A bonus tip on this is what players want can change from week to week and even during the course of a single session. If someone's had a bad day, then a deep, personally affecting roleplay experience might not be what they want or what they need, and actually it's smashing skeletons and eating snacks could be just what the doctor ordered. Assuming you've got players who are open to trying something new, it's now up to you as GM. It's time to shine with your persuasion skills. You need to get excited, get animated, get silly if you must, get enthused about all the cool stuff the new system will allow them to do. Begin to share the vibes that the game is trying to elicit, explain how they can tell different kinds of stories, tell them how their characters can get up to all kinds of different shenanigans, especially things that they can't do in their current system of choice. It is easy to go overboard on this. Just because you're already in love with the new system doesn't mean your players will be. But if you're cunning, there are ways to get your players involved in the new system without them even knowing about it. I'll be genuinely amazed and astonished if you're playing your current system entirely by the book. You're definitely not the only one. I don't think many people are, unless they're in some competitive league style play. We all have rules we like and rules we choose to ignore them, that's fine, go away. With that in mind, that gives you, my sneaky GM friends, some fun ways to incorporate things from your new game into your existing system. Say you want to get a group to try something like Blades in the Dark. Introduce the flashback mechanic into your regular games. If you want to bring people into Merkburg, for example, you could always drop in some of that, frankly, unsettling loot. So many game systems are modular, and you can steal and hack elements from one straight into another. This might feel like sacrilege or that you're somehow playing wrong, but it's a great way of beginning to show people that there's a whole world of awesome games out there. Other systems do need you to jump in with both feet, and to do that, you'll need to get people to agree to give the new system a go. If they're up for it, there is a lot you can do to make things as easy as possible for them. Saying, hey, let's start a new campaign in this new system is a big commitment for everyone. I'd recommend starting small and starting early. If you have a night where a couple of people can't make it and you don't want to send their characters into the void eternal, check out this video for some more on what to do in that situation, you could propose just a one-shot in something new. When trying a one-shot in a new system, you all have a huge amount to learn very quickly. There's new characters, new rules, new vibes, new setting, potentially new lore as well. There's a ton of stuff you can do to simplify the onboarding process for your players, and I've got some handy little tips, a little 4-step plan for you. Number 1, unless in-game character creation is core to the system, just use pre-gens. It'll save a load of time at the start and you'll be off and running much faster. Number 2, don't go overcomplicating things with a load of backstory and world building. Set up a situation with clear goals that doesn't need much external knowledge. Even if we think we're smart, our brains aren't actually that great at keeping hold of information, especially if we're feeling nervous or otherwise stressed, which a new scenario could easily elicit in people. Number 3, give out cheat sheets, one-page system guides and rule summaries that players can have in front of them during the game. I wrote these ones, all of these ones, as a way of familiarising myself with some different rule sets, and there's a link to each of them in the description. Also remember to make a GM facing one for yourself too, with any extra information that you need. Number 4, show them some system intro videos. May I humbly offer my services here. I've got some first looks and 10-shot mini campaign reviews for a bunch of different systems, including Daggerheart, Dungeon Crawl Classics, Bloodsuckers and Grit, all of which linked in the description as well. You might just find that your players become as excited as you. However, there is a chance they might not. Sometimes we just don't have the same idea of what fun looks like as our friends do. Some of my best friends in the world are people who've never played a TTRPG in their lives because they know it's just not their cup of tea. We get on so well in so many other ways, but we'll probably never see eye to eye on this one. I also have some TTRPG playing friends who love one style of play and being one style of character. We've spoken about it a few times and they're just not as interested in the different parts of the hobby, which would make some other games more appealing to them. Accepting that they're just not into the same stuff as you sucks, especially when you have a load of other things in common and you want to share all the cool stuff with them. When all else fails, this piece of advice is maybe the hardest to swallow. If you just can't get your players to join the kind of game that you want to play, you might be better off trying to find a new group. This is way easier said than done if you want to play in person around a table, especially if you're somewhere without a strong scene. In Glasgow, I am really lucky to be surrounded by my fellow nerds, and there are open tables advertised all the time. For folks near me, check out Rollway, Venger's Realm and RPG Scotland, where you'll find people looking for players, looking for GMs in a whole load of systems. If you're somewhere with a less established TTRPG scene, you could do a lot worse than actually advertise that you're looking for players. Physical flyers and posters in your neighbourhood and community spaces might work, and there are plenty of places on social media and online message boards where you could post. Like it or loathe it, D&D is by far the best known game, so it may be worth looking for players in that system first. But if you can make it clear that you want to play in a certain way and that you're hoping to play other systems too, then potentially your new players will be open to that. If you're happy running games online, your options are much wider. If you're looking for system-specific games, it might be worth asking a question on social media about where active groups might be found for your game of choice. I found Discord to be the best way of finding like-minded folks, with servers dedicated to even the most niche of games. If you're the kind of person who watches to the end of videos about indie TTRPGs, then I've got the perfect server for you. My Discord server. The Renegade Rolls Discord is open to friends of the channel, and there's a link in the description. There you'll find a load of lovely people from all over the world who are playing, running and talking about TTRPGs. I run open tables in lots of different systems, and I've started live streaming games as well, which anyone can watch along with if they like. If you're struggling to find players and struggling to play more games, I really do feel your pain. That is why I set that server up in the first place. I'll see you there or at a table near you, rolling an improbable succession of ones. Cheers!